Parkinson's Law, it's a research-backed fact that when you have work to do, it will expand to the amount of time that you have to do it in.
If you think that you are not productive, this is the hack. This is the best way that I know of how to stay productive, stay on track.
And I was constantly multitasking and making things happen and just moving so fast that ultimately I really burnt out.
Rise and shine, it's Espresso time. What's up, Believe Nation? It's Evan. I believe in you, and this channel is designed to be a part of your daily success routine. So let's start your day off right together. Grab your coffee and sip on today's message. Use Parkinson's Law. Over to you, Mel Robbins. Also, if you want to know what Mel Robbins and other successful entrepreneurs have to say about building unstoppable confidence, check out my 254 Confidence series, where every day for the next 254 days, I will send you a morning video for free to help you build your confidence. The link to join is in the description below.
Everybody's problem comes down to one pattern you're repeating that you can't see.
When you set goals, when you have an intention on something that you want to change about your life, your brain helps you.
And if you're somebody that's watching this and you have no clue what you want, I'm going to say that's total bull.
I wake up every morning. Espresso keep me going. I wake up every morning.
Where do you find that shift of like, I need to get off of this because I'll be spending time with like my fiance or with my family. It pops into my head, oh my gosh, I need to text this person. I forgot I needed to call and get this order fixed. How do you find that shift to just say, you know what, I'm spending time with my family and I'll do it tomorrow, but not like in a procrastinating way?
It's an excellent question. I think if you're present to whether or not you're kind of in the zone of time where it's cool to be fluid, you're kind of with the family, you're also sort of present on your phone, that's cool. If you've decided that because my kids are starting to complain, or my fiance's starting to complain that I'm always like this, then you got to honor that if you're going to say, I'm putting down the phone between 7 and 9 o'clock tonight, and I'm actually just going to be present with you, you've got to honor it. So what I will do is I'll just jot a note to myself. So instead of picking up the phone, I'll just jot a note down. You've had the experience, right, where you got to like be in a meeting at the school, or you have to catch a plane, or you've got a doctor's appointment. And have you ever noticed that when you've got an anchor like that, your whole day condenses and you're more productive because you've got this deadline? And that's called Parkinson's Law. So Parkinson's Law, it's a research-backed fact that when you have work to do, it will expand to the amount of time that you have to do it in. So if you have 20 minutes to make a call, how long will it take you? If you have 2 weeks to make it, how long will it take you? 2 weeks. Correct. So if you, every day, no phone in your room, you set that one priority that matters to you. If you got time to kind of inch it forward just a little bit, great. You've already made progress. You're done for the day. Then you look at your phone. You also set a quitting time right then and there. The majority of days you'll honor it. And that quitting time means, for me, it means I'm not on my phone. And everybody that works for me knows if there's an emergency or if we have to do something, they'll call me. So that helps a lot. Does that answer help you?
Parkinson's Law will change your life if you apply it, but it's not just about setting deadlines. That's what most people focus on. It's just about setting deadlines that if you give yourself 3 weeks to write the book, then it'll take you 3 weeks to do it. If you give yourself a month to call that person, it'll take you a month to call that person. And so the simple idea is make it shorter, give yourself a deadline of by the end of tomorrow I have to get it done. And guess what? You're going to have it done. And it works, and it absolutely works, but it's not just about setting deadlines. Let me give you an example through my schedule. I like chunking my tasks so that I'm doing the same thing once a week. And so I film my videos on Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, I'm doing video day. I spend a whole day doing videos. It takes me a lot of time. Every Monday is mentoring day. I'm mentoring the people on my team. Every Wednesday is project day. Right now, I'm working on my book. Every Thursday is public facing day. And so I'm doing podcasts and interviews and hangouts and shows. And every Friday is my CEO day. And then on the weekend, every Saturday will be my husband-wife family day. Like we go out and we look at a new restaurant because my wife loves getting into new food. And we don't do any family admin. Zero family admin. No shopping, no cleaning up, no whatever, something is broken in the house, nothing. And then Sunday becomes family admin day. And so then that repeats And then Monday, back to mentoring day. And so every single day has its own assigned task. And yes, I'm way more productive because of Parkinson's Law, because on a Tuesday, when I'm making videos for you guys, I need to get everything done on a Tuesday. Right? I need to get it all done. Otherwise, we won't have videos for the channel. And I haven't missed a deadline in years. And so it forces me to be massively productive. And I have to make enough videos for 3 times a day times 7 days of content. It's a lot of content. It's a lot to get through. So I gotta be snappy. We gotta make it happen. Okay, so that's typical Parkinson's Law. There's 2 other main benefits to it that I think most people miss. The first is the energy difference. And so when I'm getting into YouTube video day, I had to put on a special kind of Evan because naturally I'm introverted. So this I have to get up for. I've got to summon the inner Evan, bold speaker man to come out and make these videos because it's not my natural. My natural is to be quiet, to be introverted, to look at my computer and not talk into a camera. When I'm doing my book writing day tomorrow on Wednesday, I'm introvert mode. I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to do anything else. I'm just focused on getting my thing done. When I'm doing mentoring mode, I'm a different kind of Evan. And so you lose energy when you're switching tasks. Not just the typical advice that people give you where, before a phone call, you're spending 15 minutes and you're not very productive before that phone call. And so jam your phone calls one after another, so you're not wasting time looking at what you're doing next. And it's true, the 20 minutes before a phone call is massively unproductive time. So batch everything. My Thursdays are packed all the way through with calls and interviews and schedules. It's not just that. It's not just the fact that it's a time difference and that people are sucking your time going from task to task and that you forget what you were working on. And if you're working on a book and somebody interrupts you, that interruption means you're have to get 20 minutes of just thinking back to get into where you were. It's that you are a different person when you're doing different tasks. Different tasks require a different piece of you. And so making these YouTube videos requires the extrovert Evan that comes out. It requires a thought leader Evan to come out. It requires a lot of my energy to make this, but it's a different kind of energy than when I'm doing my mentoring that I did yesterday, or when I'm writing my book. And so it allows you to stay in the same energy zone for the day, which I find massively productive. I think when you have to switch your energy from one to the next, it really sits you back and it's really hard to stay productive. And so if I'm looking for you at creating a day per week, I look at what is the energy that I need for this day, and I could just be that person for this day, a piece of you. It's not like you're faking trying to be somebody else. It's definitely a piece of you, but then you don't have to switch from that piece to something else. If I had to do an interview and then do a video and then write my book and then mentor somebody, it's too crazy. It would be massively unproductive because the energy has to switch too often. So staying in the same energy zone every single day when you've got your schedule makes it really important. And then the last thing that nobody talks about that I think is really important with this when you set up a day a week is I miss it. I miss it. It's good. I think it's good to miss your work. And so today's YouTube filming day for me. It's going to be crazy. I'm making tons of videos today. It's overwhelming. It's amazing. It's awesome and stretching. I'm building. I'm growing, right? Amazing. And then by tomorrow, it's I don't want to look at making YouTube videos. I'm done. I don't want to make YouTube videos. I'm going to go deep introvert mode and work on my book. And that's going to be amazing. And I'm going to spend the only day that I have in the week to work on the book. So I have to get a lot of stuff done there. But then come Saturday, I start to miss it. It's I can't wait for when's Tuesday coming around? Then Sundays, it's building up, and then Monday's man, I can't wait. Tomorrow's YouTube day. This is amazing. And I think when you're always constantly 100% of the time doing the same thing, especially as an entrepreneur, over and over and over again, you start to get bored. You start to hate it. It starts to become monotonous. You want to have variety in your schedule. And so I like having one day to do one different thing each week. I like having Tuesday as my YouTube day because I miss it. Because I look forward to it happening again. And when you look forward to what you're doing, and that happens every day. Right now, I'm missing my book. I haven't written my book for a while. Tomorrow, I can't wait. I'm pumped. I want to go write my book, right? And then the next day, I can't wait to do I haven't done interviews for a long time. So I'm pumped to go back and do that. And so I think when you can design your calendar where you start to miss stuff, I think it makes it really important. So if I'm you, what I'm looking at is, how do I set up my schedule? I'd open up my calendar, make sure your actions map to your ambitions, outline what all your goals are in life, and your goals should be habits. Not I want to reach X million of whatever. It's the habits. If you look at the habits that are in your calendar, if you did those things, would it help you accomplish your goals. If you just stay consistent on your habits, that's the most important thing, because you are what you consistently do. And so plan out your week and put in your personal stuff too. Like I said, we made the commitment that Saturdays is not going to be family admin day. I'm not reachable. It's me, family, all in, doing festivals, going out for dinner, fun stuff. So plan out your calendar and try, even if you just pick one day, try to say, this day I'm going to block out so I can keep it open to do this main task. I want to get this thing done. And feel the productivity that comes with it, and feel the happiness that comes with it, and feel the energy that comes with it. It'll be one of the biggest changes that you make. If you think that you are not productive, this is the hack. This is the best way that I know of how to stay productive, stay on track, making sure that you're accomplishing your habits, and those habits lead to you accomplishing your goals. Now I've got a really special bonus clip that I think you're going to enjoy. But before that, I'm curious. I want you to pick a day of the week, question the day, pick a day of the week, and then what is that day going to be for you? What activities are you going to get done that you stay in the same energy zone for that day? Let me know. Leave it down in the comments below.
Many of us have issues with productivity. Maybe we are overly productive, but we're feeling burnt out all the time, or we're not productive at all because we don't know where to start. I found personally, being in business for myself for the last 20 years, that I have been a little overly productive. I almost did too much, and I was constantly multitasking and making things happen and just moving so fast that ultimately I really burnt out. And I started feeling brain fog. I was feeling disoriented. I couldn't focus. I was feeling like, even though I for so many years was priding myself on the fact that I could get so much done at one time, I actually don't think I was being nearly as productive as I could have been. So I hit a bottom recently with this productivity overload, and I realized that I had to change my patterns. I had to change my ways. I was then blessed. I said a prayer. I said, I need some help with my brain fog, and I need some help with my productivity issue. And I, that day, got an email from the Dr. Oz show asking me to come on and do a segment with this lovely author and Dr. Mike Dow. And me and Mike had been in touch for many years, just because he had been an author. We were published by the same publishers. And Mike had written a book about brain fog. So that day, I'm like, thank you, universe. You're giving me exactly what I need. I go on Dr. Oz with Mike, and I'm backstage with him, and I'm like, listen, I'm feeling so chaotic, and I'm multitasking so much, and I feel like I've got brain fog, and I'm forgetting things. And he looked at me and says, how much are you doing at one time? And I said, oh, Mike, I'm doing 1,000,000 things at once. I have 1,000 tabs up on my screen. And he's like, these are big brain no-nos. And they're also productivity no-nos, is what he said. Because he said that the more I try to do and the more I try to multitask, the less I'm actually getting done. So he gave me a tip that I want to share with you that has changed everything for me. And his suggestion was to just do 5 things a day. To make a list of the 5 most important things that I need to do that day, and not do number 2 until I've completed number 1. And then once I complete number 1, move on to number 2, then on to number 3. And if I don't get through all 5 in one day, I'll just pick up the 5th the next day, or wherever I left off, I'll pick up the next day. And to really stick to that list and not move back and forth and not try to make 1,000,000 other things added on to that list, and just be really committed to that 5-task list. I did it. I started to just be very clear about the 5 things I was doing in a day. I told my team. I made a list in my base camp, which is where we keep all of our notes. And I made it really clear to myself, these are the only 5 things I'm doing throughout the day. As a result of making it super clear and conscious to myself that I was only going to do 5 things, I have been more productive. I have created more. I have been more intuitive. I have been more inspired, and I've been more creative.
Raise your standard.
Apple, at the core, its core value is that we believe that people with passion can change the world for the better.
Not one drop of my self-worth depends on your acceptance of me.
If you want to know Mel Robbins' 5 hacks and strategies to transform your life, check out the video right next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
My night routine is very simple. Complete the day and leave no tasks that I have to finish in the morning. That's it.